I'd like to talk about move on or grieve on and what I mean by that. But before I jump into that, I'd like to introduce myself. Hello, I'm Ghazala at the Heart and Soul Cafe. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're here for the first time, you're very, very welcome. So many of you will already know, and I've shared so many times, that I very sadly lost my son. It has now been 4 years and 9 months. And no one has actually said to me, so to be completely open, transparent, and honest, I will definitely say that no one has actually said to me, Ghazala, don't you think you should have moved on by now? Or, Ghazala, shouldn't you have got over it by now? I think it would take a lot of guts for someone to say that to a mother who has lost a child. So no one has actually directly said that to me, but people have definitely sort of alluded to it in how they speak to me or the kind of things they say. Let's see if I can think of an example. They might just sort of ask me, how long has it been since you lost your son? And if I've said, it's been 4.5 years or over 4 years, some people will sort of react to that in, oh, well, that hasn't been very long at all. And on the other hand, some people could sort of respond to that as, oh, it's been quite some time now, hasn't it? So it's very subtle, almost like a microaggression, if you like. And it's so very subtle underneath the surface, but I'm feeling what they are thinking. But many of you also know that I counsel and support women who have also experienced child loss, and they have shared with me many times that people have actually come out and said that. It might even be a spouse, it might even be their husband, their partner, who has said, move on. I'm tired of seeing you so miserable all the time and crying all the time. Can you please move on? Can you please try and put it behind you? That kind of language, I've heard that. Now, so that's really what I'm getting at here. Move on or grieve on. It doesn't really have to be one or the other. And so let me explain that. For me, I'm never ever going to move on from losing my son. I'm never going to get over this grief. I'm never going to be healed completely. I'm never going to be over it. It's obvious. I don't even have to. Well, people who know me know that that's never going to happen. I'm never going to move on. But can I move forward with the grief? That's really what I'm getting at. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You don't have to choose. You can have both. You can move forward with. And that's really what this video is about. How to move forward with. Now, you can only move forward with if you, first of all, recognize what it is that you're feeling emotionally, spiritually, physically. What it is, what symptoms are you feeling with your grief? Is to be aware of those first. Then we can get to a level where we can accept them. We can accept those symptoms as, well, they're a part of me now moving forward. And that then allows you to almost own it, to understand that it's part of you. Don't think that, I just want things to be the same as they were before my loss. Well, that's really hard for you to think that it's going to be exactly the same as it was before you experienced your loss. I think is a naive way to think about it. I really don't think we are ever the same after a sort of a significant loss in our lives. I don't believe that's doable. That does not mean to say that what I'm instigating here or promoting or advocating is that, I'm not advocating, negativism here. It's not that I think that we should all now move forward and be miserable for the rest of our lives. I'm not advocating that at all. The way I see things is trying to turn this pain into something positive, something empowering, something where you can hopefully help others or help yourself. But we need to be sort of aware of what it is that we're feeling and experiencing, first of all, before we can own it. We can't own it if we don't know what it is that we're owning. So it's really important to get to a place where we have really looked inside of ourselves and thought, how is this affecting me on a day-to-day basis? How is it going to affect my sort of future, more sort of looking forward into the future, perhaps? How is it going to do that? And really put things into place to help us as much as we possibly can. There's things that are in our control that we can do, and there's things that aren't in our control that we should not be beating ourselves up about. Yeah, certain things that we can't change, and we can't change what's happened. Okay, we can't make our loved ones, sadly, we can't make them come back. But what we can do is try and turn that pain into something empowering. Then when it becomes empowering, it becomes a positive. Not a positive as far as the loss goes, obviously. There's nothing positive about that. But how we deal with things and how we move forward can be something positive. That can be a positive, our actual actions now, how we move forward. Because we are going to live the rest of our lives no matter what, no matter whether we lay down and think, well, I just can't deal with this, and this is how I'm going to live the rest of my life, in a darkened room with the curtains drawn, lights off, not inviting anyone in, not looking after myself. I could either do that, or I could, open those curtains and think, okay, today's a new day. Today is an opportunity to do something positive out of this miserable situation. But I don't have to linger in that misery. I can move forward with it, and let it be my tool, or the way my life has changed trajectory as a result of my loss. And another sort of analogy that I like to use is, if you see a wave coming, you can either sort of fight that wave, and that way there's a lot of friction there, and it's difficult and it's painful, and it makes things so uncertain as to how you are going to be impacted with that wave. Or you can try and learn how to ride that wave and work with it. And when you work with it, you allow it in, and you allow it to be a part of you. Embrace it, own it, let it be a part of you, and don't fight that. And when we start doing that, we actually start looking at things slightly different, from a different perspective. Okay, this is awful what's happened, and I've got to live the rest of my life without my loved one. But when I know that I'm going to get to the end of my life anyway, for me it's almost like a no-brainer for me that, well, surely then, rather than giving up, I could maybe do something positive for others before I exit this world. And that is really how I see things. And when I see things in that way, it's very much, it really becomes quite empowering for me, that I can then deal with things differently, see the world differently. And really, it really brings life into more of a sort of, it's almost like a reality check. It puts things into perspective. Things that maybe you might be chasing after, you sort of think, well, why am I chasing after that? That's not really important. What, in the whole scheme of things, how is that important? Surely there's more important and more meaningful things I could be doing with my time and my mental energy and my physical energy. So it really is about that. So move on or grieve on, for me, is both. Move forward with the grief is how I see it. We don't have to choose one or the other. We don't have to really necessarily be bitter about somebody saying something like that, because most people are good people. Most people say things out of ignorance, rather than, trying to be sort of vicious or vindictive. Most people aren't like that. Most people probably, I think most people want the best for you, but don't know how to communicate that. And so it comes out as, shouldn't you have moved on by now? Couldn't you, that's kind of language. And it's not really coming necessarily from a bad place, unless you know that someone is, usually quite unkind, and then you might have a different opinion. But most people aren't like that. Most people say things out of ignorance, mean well, but it sort of comes out wrong, is really how I think I see things. And I don't really hold things against people. If somebody says something negative to me, I think I really do, I definitely don't hold it. It might hurt for a short space of time, but I try and let it go and just sort of let it go into the universe, if you like, because it's just energy that I don't really want to be carrying. It's not going to serve any sort of meaningful purpose for me. So why am I carrying it? Why am I carrying something that isn't really going to, serve any sort of positive purpose? Yeah. So I then leave it to the universe to deal with it. It's not my problem to deal with. It really is. And not hold anything against that person. It's just out of ignorance that they've said what they've said. So when I talk about moving on or moving, or, move on or move, or grieve on or move on, is how I'm trying to say it, is yes, grieve on, but at your own pace, in your own unique way. No one is, people can empathize with you, but they can't get right into your head and your heart and know what it actually is that you are going through. Don't let anyone sort of bully you into thinking that, oh, you should have been sort of at this stage by now, and shouldn't you have, got your life in order by now. Don't let anybody do that. This is your unique journey. Find people that do have a positive impact on you, and avoid the people that have a negative impact on you. We can do without that, absolutely. But when people do say something negative, don't try not to hold on to it. Try and just let it go and really think about, well, how is this affecting me? What can I put into place to help me? Because at the end of the day, and I don't really like that term so much, but but you know what I'm trying to say, at the core of it, if you like, this is your unique grief, and it's your, again, I don't really like to use the word journey, but you know what I'm saying when I say that. This is your unique journey. It's not something that anyone can sort of travel that with, for you. They can travel with you, meaning that you can take support from others and be around people that say all the right things to you and mean well and are true friends, and those people that really have your back. Don't let go of their hand. But it is you that needs to put that one step in front of the other. No one is going to do that for you. No one needs to do that for you. You need to do it. And when you come to a realization that, okay, this is a part of me, and if you sort of imagine yourself like as a jigsaw puzzle with lots and lots of pieces, this is another piece that's gone in. Every time you experience something new in your life, a new piece goes into that jigsaw puzzle, because you've learned something from that, you've grown from that. And that's really at the core of resiliency. And resiliency isn't just, well, I'm going to have to stand up and carry on. It's, how have I grown? What have I learned from this? How am I going to live my life now with this new experience that I've had and the universe has sort of given me? And when you start looking at it from that point of view, you start seeing the positive sides of things, on how to move forward with, and not so much just sort of sitting with it, you know. It's moving forward with it, and growing with it, you know. I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. I definitely enjoyed recording it because I feel so passionate about it. So many people do. When I'm counselling them, supporting them, they do say, you know, this is what my brother said, or my sister said, or my husband said to me, you know, can't you please pull yourself together now, you know, that kind of thing. It's just the wrong thing to say, and it's the, you know, but at the same time, if that's something that somebody does say to you, you need to find people that are going to say the right things to you and support you in the way that you need support, so that you can get to a place where you are functioning, and that's important. Okay. Please do, you know, comment, let me know what you think. Please do like and hit that notification bell so that you know when there's another video that's live. Please do that. Please do subscribe. We need lots and lots of subscribers in order to build this platform that I so would like to build. But I'm not going to give in. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, please look after your hearts and souls. Thank you.